why don't we just start things off with the reigning Region 4. Was it Region 4 Coach of the Year? Is that right?
It was.
Region 4 Coach of the Year, the reigning the reigning, preseason favorites of the Lone Star Conference. Let's talk with Coach Jeff Girsch of the Angelo State Rams. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us. You guys are coming off of an historic 2021 season. First playoff bid since 2014, most wins since 1989, second appearance in the third round in school history. So now that time has passed, how do you assess what you guys were able to do last year?
Well, you sit back and look at it, and you always wonder why. The last game of the year is, if you don't win them all, you're going to take a look at that game probably the most. But, at the end of the year when you got a chance to step back and see what we were able to accomplish as a team in 2021, you're very proud of that. You're proud of your players. You're really proud of your coaches. If I've done anything right at Angelo State in my time as a head football coach, I hired well. And I got some great guys that understand what it takes to win football games, and also what it takes to continue to build these guys as men, and then turn them into productive members of society. And, I'm so proud of that part of it. So taking a step back and looking at, the seniors that we had that came back for that fifth year or that sixth year in some cases with the COVID year, the appreciation you have for them and what they've done for the program to set us to where we're at right now, no doubt is it's been good to sit back and look at that.
And, Coach, after all that success that you guys had last year, has the expectation in the building raised a little bit?
I mean, it has. I mean, I think, we always have a high expectation. We always did, moving into it when I took over in 2019. But I think that when you finally see some true results like that and you get into the playoffs and you make a little bit of a run, and again, it didn't end the way we wanted it to end. We felt like we could have won another game or two in that. But at the same time, it's you definitely have some expectations, and our players see that and they get that taste. That's the biggest thing. I think their expectations, they know what we expect from them, but now their expectations as players, I think, and how they groom the younger players to get them ready to go and take that next step, that's definitely increased. You
guys, you have the pleasure of bringing back the preseason Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Year in Nathaniel Amayabu III, a guy who, was so important to what you guys did last year. As the guy who sees him every day in practice, like we see the game tape and we see all that stuff and say, wow, that guy's pretty good. Yeah. You're the guy who sees him every day in practice. What is it that makes him special?
Well, he has a huge work ethic. I mean, he is a grinder in the definition of grinder. That's what he is. He's battled, different things in and out throughout his career that, he's always rebounded from. And he's just he's a leader, man. He's so likable, amongst his teammates. He's one of the favorite guys amongst his teammates. He just oozes confidence in the sense of and setting the tone and doing those type of things. And so, Nate's he's such a hard worker. I will tell you a story. His mom, I remember when he was a freshman, he was dressed for a game, and at halftime she was standing next to me on the sidelines, and she said, "Do you think Nate can get a rep in tonight?" Because he was a backup's backup at that time as a freshman. I said, just you wait. Nate's going to get his opportunity. So, but he's just done an awesome job, and we're excited to have him back.
You guys had the #1 defense in the Lone Star Conference last year, and because of all the hype and all the fireworks around your offense, do you feel as if your defense maybe sometimes gets a little bit overlooked sometimes?
I think at times, if you look by the numbers going into it, maybe out of it, but our defensive guys didn't allow that to happen a whole lot.
Absolutely not.
In practice and in games, they did everything they could. And the old saying that iron sharpens iron, when you're having that offense go against that defense every single day in practice, camp, spring ball, it's going to end up having some success. And both sides were sharp. It's because of the other side and what we saw in practice each and every day. And those defensive kids that we had, we lost quite a few kids out of it. But I can't wait to see these young guys step in. We have such good talent that just haven't played a lot of football yet. So, spring ball was huge for them, and then obviously the offseason. But, we're excited to have another great defense.
You guys get to bring back QB1 and Zach Brown, of course, coach's kid, back for third year as a starter, I believe, basically. How have you seen him grow as a quarterback there at Angelo?
Yeah, well, first thing he's done is he's really worked hard in the weight room. That young man, when he came in, he was probably 170 pounds. He's about 205, 210 now. And so he worked really hard in the weight room and developing his skills. Kevin Kilmer, our offensive coordinator, has done an outstanding job with just developing him and going through reads and understanding our offense and what we're doing, the ins and outs of it. And I'll go back to it, the 2020 year with COVID, having those 4 games that we played in the fall was really beneficial for Zach to continue his growth as a leader, and that led into a great run this past year.
And lastly, Coach, you were like we mentioned earlier, you were the Division II Region 4 Coach of the Year. What kind of an honor? What does that mean to you?
Well, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I sit back and look at it, and again, it's because we got great players. We got great coaches. I mentioned those guys earlier. Our coaching staff, they do such a good job of going out and recruiting unbelievable football players. So when you win games, you get honors like that as a head coach. And don't get me wrong, I am proud of that. But I'm proud of the process of getting there. It was a lot of hard work with great coaches and great players that allowed for that to happen.
Well, now all you guys got to go is do what you did again. Yeah. Other than that, like things are
it's easy, right?
It's easy.
It's easy.
It's easy. We're excited about our schedule. Adding the 3 schools from the GNAC and then Plain Mines again. We're going to play them week 2. That was something that got done after we played them in the playoffs, and I'm friends with their offensive coordinator, and it just worked out. I mean, those are the games that Angelo State wants to play. We want to play teams of that caliber, and you get those as non-conference, them and Chadron State, who's also a very good football team of the RMAC, and then you get to go right into the Lone Star Conference play and play in the Midwestern states, and I mean all the schools that are in that conference from top to bottom. So we're just so excited about it and look forward to another great run and see how it goes.
Sounds like a French tour to me.
I'm telling you, Jeff Girsch, head coach of the Angelo State Rams. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations again on such a fantastic 2021 season, and looking forward to seeing you maybe back here at McKinney.
That would be nice.
Basically a home game at this point. You know what I mean?
Let's make it a date. We're good.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate
you guys
you.
Take care. Thanks.
Absolutely.